If there is anything I know about the current housing market right now, it's that people are confused. Is now a good time to buy? Should you wait? Are home prices going to continue to fall? What about mortgage rates? There's so many questions that people have, and those are just a few of the topics that I'm asked about all the time. Now, while I certainly don't pretend to have all of the answers by any stretch of the imagination, I do have a few insights and a few things I just want to provide you today in order to help bring some perspective so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. We're going to dive into those right now. Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team here in Frisco, Texas. And over the past couple of weeks, I've spoken to a lot of potential buyers and people that own their home currently wondering, where's the market going to go? Is now a good time to buy? Is now a good time to sell? What's going on with home prices? And, if you've seen any of the videos I've done recently, you'll know I'm not going to try and say my crystal ball is more clear than anyone else's. I mean, heck, even all of the experts out there don't seem to be able to get it right. Their forecasts are changing all the time. And you get 5 groups that say pricing is going to go up. You get another 5 groups that say pricing is going to go down. And the honest truth is, how this market plays out really depends on where you live. I can tell you that in areas that saw the largest price increases, they are the most susceptible. But even super, super hot pandemic markets like Austin, they're starting to see balance come back in. They're starting to see things turn that wasn't expected in quite the way that they've played out. But specific to us here, me and Frisco, and talking Frisco, Prosper, Salina, Aubrey, McKinney, Melissa, all of these areas out here, I can tell you that right now the market is a lot more active than you think it would be based upon everything that is being reported. So first and foremost, when we start thinking about, is it a good time to buy? The 2 things that people most have concerns about are mortgage rates and home prices. So let's talk about mortgage rates first. Are mortgage rates going to fall? And I honestly believe the answer to that question is yes. I think mortgage rates are going to continue to fall. Inflation is the enemy of long-term mortgage rates, and inflation has started to come down. Those numbers are easing. Does that mean mortgage rates are going to plummet? No, it doesn't mean mortgage rates are going to plummet. Sam Cater, he's the chief economist at Freddie Mac, and here's what he recently had to say, is that while mortgage market activity has significantly shrunk over the last year, inflation pressures are easing and should lead to lower mortgage rates in 2023. That is great news for potential buyers, as it really helps your purchasing power. But saying that, does that mean you should wait or expect that mortgage rates are going to hit 3% again? No, I don't believe it does. There's no indication that that is going to happen. You got to remember, that was a kind of a unique situation. There was a lot of policies in place behind the scenes by the federal government to help, ease what was going on with the pandemic. And that artificially drove mortgage rates down. The best forecast I have seen right now are expecting rates to fall back to about 5.25% by the end of this year. And I've heard many reports, or read many reports, that say 4.5% to 5% will eventually be the new normal that we see. Now, again, if you're looking with regards to what that long-term rate will be, most of the builders out there are still offering financing incentives to lower that rate down. But the most important thing, to be honest with you, if you're even contemplating buying a home this year, is to go ahead and get your pre-approval done first. There are multiple different loan programs out there, and there's a widespread belief among many buyers that you need to put 15-20% down to buy a home, and that's simply not true. You can do conventional mortgages at 5%. You've got 3.5% for FHA. So there's a lot of different programs and options out there. And in order for you to know what's the best thing for you to do, it's important that you connect with a lender And in order to go through that pre-approval process up front, that's going to give you a great idea of where your finances are at and what steps you need to take to put yourself in the best position overall to buy. Now, the other side of that is home prices. Are home prices going to fall? Are they going to rise? What's going to happen with those? Should you wait? Again, only you can make that decision. But here's what I can tell you. The market's busier than what you think it is. New home sales, although there's a lot of reports out there of a tremendous number of buyer cancellations, and in many instances, those are true. But I can tell you that those homes are going back under contract very, very quickly. I spoke to a new home sales counselor the other day, and they told me in their community on what little standing inventory they have or homes that are going to be done within the next 90 days, they're actually getting multiple offers on many of those properties once again, which is not something you would normally expect. For the homes that they have not yet started to build, based on their current timeframes, those could be anywhere from 10 to 14 months out from the time a contract is signed. So again, all of this with regards to home prices is a direct result of the balance or imbalance between demand and supply. I can tell you that, is demand lower than it was a year ago? Absolutely. But is it gone altogether? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. New home models are busy. There's a lot of people out there. Homes are still moving relatively quickly. So in this area particularly, I don't really think we are going to see further declines in pricing. We saw price declines happen in Frisco, Prosper, and the surrounding areas last summer. After our markets peaked, we saw prices come down, but they've actually been pretty flat since September. And that isn't showing any signs of changing. If anything, we're seeing pricing tick up a little bit, but the next few weeks will be key. This is a time of year when we normally start to see inventory pick up. And if that happens and we're going back to a more normal pattern, we should start to see prices increase a little bit as well. We've definitely seen the inventory start to turn. We're not decreasing as fast as we were just a couple of weeks ago. And the pricing, we will have to keep our eyes on. Now, I'm not suggesting prices are going to run away or do anything this year. Even if they tick up a little bit here in the spring, I do honestly think that they're going to remain fairly flat. At least there's nothing in any of the leading indicators right now to show us that that's going to change. But obviously, I will do everything I can to keep you updated as more information becomes available. If you want to keep track of the market in your area, any city, any zip code locally, I've got a link to my Frisco market report in the description below. From that report, you can search any city or zip code of interest to you. Keep a track firsthand on what's going on with pricing, what's going on with price reductions, what are average rents doing? Are rents going up or are rents going down? All of that information is available in that market report. And as always, if you have any other questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can schedule a call with me. I've got my link in the description below as well. And you can just go ahead and try and catch me at 469-296-5230 or send an email to Andrew@theandrewsmithteam.com.